Thanks for watching. I'm Sean, and this is the How to Hero YouTube channel where I intend to awaken the hero that lives within you. There is a hero in all of us. So the reason for this video is I want to help talk about Lightworkers. I want to talk about whether or not you are a Lightworker. And I'm going to give you a bunch of signs. So in this video, we'll go through the different signs, and then at the end, I'll talk about the purpose of a Lightworker. Maybe it can help give you some clarity. The first sign is that you felt like you didn't belong. You feel like through your life, you just feel like you get along with people, typically. You may be introverted or you may be extroverted, but that's kind of irrelevant. But what you feel is that you feel like people don't get you. You feel like you just don't necessarily belong, and you can't really place your finger on it. You can't really understand why, and it's probably caused you some suffering throughout your life. Sign number 2, you may have many deep relationships, or you may only have a few, but even though you have those deep relationships, you still feel lonely. You still feel like something's missing, and you can't really explain it. But you just have that feeling. You have deep relationships, you have people that love you, you love other people, but you feel lonely. The third sign is that you may notice the pain of others. You may notice the pain in the world, and it may cause you pain. Either physical pain or sickness, or it could come in the form of fatigue. Seeing things on the news may be traumatic and difficult for you. You may stray away from mainstream media because of that. Social media may be a bit of a trigger for you. You have this desire to be connected to people, but at the same time, all the negativity really gets at you, and after a while, kind of beats you down. This is normal of a lot of people, but for Lightworkers, it's more amplified. You'll often forget your own needs. You'll put others ahead of yourself often. You almost forget that you even have needs. You forget that you even deserve things. In an attempt to please other people, you forget yourself. The next sign is that perhaps young children are drawn to you. They pick up on your energy. They pick up on your kind heart, and their innocence just sees you for who you are, and because of that, they feel very safe with you, and they don't even have to know you. Children that are maybe often misbehaving might chill out a little bit when you're around, and when you're there and interacting with them, they may calm right down. They can feel the presence in you. The next sign is that you have a deep knowing that you are meant for something more. You don't know what it is necessarily, or you may already, but you have this deep knowing that you are meant to do something big, and you don't know necessarily how that's going to happen or how that's going to play out, but you just feel like you're here for a very particular mission, a particular purpose, but it eludes you. You may not always show it, mostly for fear of rejection or fear of people making fun of you or something like that. Even though typically Lightworkers are pretty strong against that type of thing, they're still very impacted because they want to connect with others. And so because we want to connect with others, we will fake it. We'll fake interests, we'll fake jobs, we'll fake various things in order to help please the people around us. You can be very deep and introspective in that way, but you may not share it. It may be something that you just kind of do on the side. I know for me, for many years, I was learning meditation and learning about stoicism and all these different things in an effort to make myself whole, in an effort to make myself better. And I wouldn't really talk about it with anybody because I was afraid that people would judge me. And that's very typical of a Lightworker. The last sign I have, and this is not all encompassing, there are more signs, but the last one that I have written down is that you may feel a deep connection to the stars, to the moon, to the sun. You may have been very interested as a child in astrology or astronomy or both, and you can kind of feel that there's a power in the planets that you haven't quite understood. When you look at the planets, you feel something inside. This is typical of Lightworkers to see this, especially if they're starseeds. And maybe I'll do another video on starseeds later. So now I'll get into your purpose. As a Lightworker, you are here to spread light and love to everyone. You're here to raise the consciousness of humanity. You're here to change the world, literally. That is why you are here. When you incarnated, you decided your life, you decided your path, you decided your parents. You came here specifically to light up the world. And it was predetermined that you would do this. It's a contract you made at incarnation, that you would be this change in the world. You would be this light, this beacon. Now, all of us will do this in different ways. We'll all have different pursuits. Typically, there's going to be some creative aspect to it, whether it's painting or writing or music or whatever. There's going to typically be a creative aspect to it, but know this as well. It doesn't have to be external. Just by recognizing the light inside of you and seeing the light in others and increasing your own vibration, expanding your consciousness, you are directly operating as more or less an antenna or a frequency generator that is helping to raise the vibration of the earth. As you do this, you're basically joining in the collective of Lightworkers and their mission. And you don't need to do anything. You just need to shine. That's the most important part. But we all feel better when we're doing things, generally. So what you'll tend to find is that for a long time, shining is good enough, and you'll do your work. You'll still go to your job, whatever the job is. And eventually, though, you'll probably be like, I've always wanted to paint. And then you'll start painting and realize, I'm actually pretty good at this. I never thought I could even do this. I never thought I could draw. I never thought I could paint. I never thought I could sing or write music or whatever it is. These talents are bestowed on us as Lightworkers to help spread the love and the light, because these artistic expressions are the divine flowing through us. And I particularly use that word flow because when we're doing these things, these creative pursuits, we are in a flow state. And creativity is literally an expression of God. And that's why we tend to be drawn to doing something creative. We may not do it professionally. We may not do it for any particular goal or money or anything like that, but we will generally do something. It could even be something like baking really pretty treats, things like that. So don't get too hung up on the particulars. Let the universe show you and provide you opportunities. Learn to be present and still. Surrender to the moment. Learn to see the signs, the synchronicities in the universe. You have guides that are leaving messages for you and helping to provide opportunities for your growth and for your mission. Some of these opportunities are going to turn out to be painful. That's part of it. We need to see the darkness in order to fully understand the light. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer everything. Otherwise, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. It would be great. If you like the video, click that like button. It helps out the channel. And I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much. Take care.